Hello guys, once again I'm going to try to speak up a little bit. I forgot what I was fixing to say, hold on. Oh, just to let y'all know a little bit about how this whole stuff has been affecting me. I have been going through in and out of deep depressions. You can't explain it really. It's like there was a time I was so depressed. I would get home and I would just sit here in the car with my head down, fully awake, not tired. But yet the mental willpower to just reach over here and pull a knob and get out of the car. But too depressed do you even want to take a shower? Too depressed to even want to do stuff I'm supposed to do? One day I literally sat here in this car for 3 freaking hours, guys. 3 hours. All I had to do was this. And that would prompt me to get out. Go in the house. Alright, anyway, this is a continuation of the jobs and how it was set up and harmed and all this. So, all of them has been similar. The companies usually that did it, there was one right down the road that would send me to some. One of the main ones they would target me with was a place called Daryl Walker Workforce in Trustful. But also, since they knew what I was doing all the time and what kind of jobs I was looking for, and target me that way. And so it would be online also. Indeed, also jobs through them, or just call and contact and ask, hey, you want to work? That happened with Burger King. Oh, Burger King. Before I forget, guys, I'm going like a windshield wiper back and forth. I know. Just you'll have to piece it together. I'm not able to. Hold on, there's a fly. Anyway, Burger King. So, as I'm going online and filling out things, hold on. I think I got them. I don't know. Crazy questionnaires, which I'm sure is probably normal. Every question they ask me on some of the online stuff. Let me give you for an instance. What would you do if an employee was caught stealing? Would you A, talk to them? Would you B, turn them in? Would you B, just ignore them? You know, C, just whatever that was on these little questions for other jobs, and then the jobs I went to, right off the bat I was tested on these things. For instance, Burger King. The older lady there, I was taking the trash out. She kept whispering to me, hey, take these and hide them out there for me and I'll pick them up after work. It's from a dog, it's okay. You know, they're going to throw it away or whatever. Which I never would. Just for instance, everything was related either online to try to trick me, trip me up, and in actuality try to trick me up. Everything they could do to try to discredit me. It's like throwing I can't even think. That powder you cook with. Flour on their enemy until something sticks. You know, and then they're going to use it. If it'll stay there, they're going to use it against you. Crazy stuff, guys. Because they have nothing else but to create. So whoever it is, they're creating the situation, they're standing back to say, I discovered this. Look, proof. No. No proof, guys. Cookie cutter, redneck, backyard, Alabama tactics. Good old boy stuff. That's all it is. Anyway, I wrote this down. Where is it? To help me out. Alright, jobs. Now, this one local place will sent me as a temp to Cars Recon. Cars Recon reconditions cars, detailer. They've got 2 around here. It's a business within inside of a business. One at a huge place called Odessa Car Auto Sales. Right down the road, ABC Auto Auction. Alright, so Odessa at ABC. So I'm sent there. Somehow they know. Here comes Mario. The machete. Anyway, I was goofing with him. He drove by. So, I actually kind of like the guy, even though he's to the most not likable, but he works. Anyway, what was I saying? Odessa. Cars Recon. So, I'm at home going through old pennies, trying to find mistake pennies, going online looking for dates and mistakes. I'm trying to find anything for money. Somehow they knew this. So, out of norm and context, out of all these normal cars coming through, they send an old truck in, a little one. Looked like it had been out in the field for 20 years and put together with rubber bands just to roll it through, full of different coins and stuff. They wanted to see if I would take any, because they kept prompting me and telling me, "Oh, we're allowed to take what we want out of here. They're gonna throw it. We're gonna throw it away." Never would anyway. So that's how I knew they were setting me up. That was one of the reasons. Anyway, that's when I met this white dude that used a high pressure sprayer. He wore a white apron. So he was telling me about crazy stuff that he's done with kids. He was telling me about a murder he did in Leeds. And then he went to Waffle House and ate something. You remember what he ate and all this crap. And he would tell me, "Oh, I'm related to such and such police officer where I live in the local place here." Which is crazy. I told the dude he's nuts, that he's a freaking whack job. But anyway, so I quit that job to go to work for a job. Probably, I thought it would be more hours, but it wasn't. At Daryl Walker. And Daryl Walker is the one that set me up on all kinds of. It's the one that set me up with the what's the name of it? Oh, the Vulcan place. Yeah. Anyway, there's different all kinds of stuff's happened to me at Cars Recon. So yeah, Cars Recon. Later on, I was sent to Cars Recon again, supposedly permanently, or employed through them. They kept trying to set me up there. Here's the thing, going to be weird, guys. So I knew these guys from rehab. This rehab place was there, or work rehab, whatever release. Trying to extract information and stuff from me, but I wasn't sure. This one group would always sit at this picnic table right outside the bay doors, in the corner there, on breaks and lunch. I'd never sit with them initially. So one day I'm looking up in the sky and I see this bird, way up there, a black bird. So far up, I kept wondering why, or even how, could a bird be that far up, you know? So then I looked to the right of him and I looked up into the sky and I said, "Lord, show me my enemies." And I felt a strong urge, like a voice told me to step back. So I stepped back about 2 or 3 feet, up against the other wall of the thing. Now they're at the picnic table. All of a sudden, and I'm not kidding, at that very moment, a storm come through out of nowhere. Like a mini tornado hit right where they were. It blew everything on their table off. One girl that was sitting on the end blew her hair all the way around her head, blew all the signs off of the walls. But I was unaffected, even though I was still outside. That was my first sign. Then they had this one girl kept harassing me. Kept saying, I know you from the jail. I used to be in there. You're what's his name? What's your name again? I gave her Richard or something. I gave her, no. Yeah, I know who you are. This and that. And look in her eyes, and they're like saucers, guys. Big, wide pupils. Freaking crazy. And then this one dude, and finally, later, since I knew him, I knew he was weird. I sat down at this picnic table with this one guy, and he started throwing into conversation. Oh yeah, I'm from someplace in Center Point, some work release place. And this is. Then he brings, oh, you should see what they sent me on the job last time. We were at a cemetery, and this body fall something, and I seen a dead body. Have you ever seen a dead body ever in your life? You know where you work? Yeah, matter of fact, I told him about it, and I said, I'm still actually affected by it, and traumatized, probably will be the rest of my life. Alright, that place that I mentioned, which I didn't give the name, later on, my wife, or ex-wife, her brother, who was in for murder, for life, all of a sudden he's paroled. He gonna get out. And a couple months later, he goes, mention that place that I worked at and seen that dead body. Yeah, me and you both worked there. Really? Okay. So yeah, that was a big clue. So that's one of the reasons I think they try to set me up like I've murdered someone. And not only that those three combinations have been repeated at very weird times, out of the blue, and with the way they look at me when they say it or whatever. So that's why I think that's how they're getting everyone to help them. It's massive, guys. I'm telling you, it's massive. In 5 years of it, it's widespread. And when you use church organizations and people you know in that field and area, they've got worldwide connections, people. The Gathering Place has connections you wouldn't believe. But anyway, so I think it was a day or day two later, I'm inside Cars Recon, and one of the other girls kept trying to poke me for information too about, was I married, why'd you get divorced, what's your wife, ex-wife, like all kinds of girls, which I never would give her any real answers, but anything they could try to use a twist and turn around on me, and other stuff. One day, after working hard, guys, all day, close to time to get off, they're going to select a few and tell them to go outside on the lot and dry cars off. In the heat, I couldn't take it. I would have died, guys. So I quit. I told them, so look, it's not fair for the others if I can't do my share of the work. Well, you didn't have to really go, but they never said, the manager lady, she never would. It said, some other people said it. But just different things like that. They were trying to harm me, guys. And another thing with 2 buckets of water, wanting me to bend down to scrub something, just fine. I mean, I could have got my own knees. Well, I don't care. Work's work. But then they had 2 buckets. One had a clean solvent that I couldn't breathe around. The other one had a milder, almost no smell. But yeah, they were telling me it's easier with the smell stuff. They were trying to test my breathing is what they were trying to do. Because I have severe COPD. I've got nodules at the bottom of my lungs. They sent me to a setup doctor, y'all. He was a visiting doctor. I'm going to minimize the severity of my breathing bullshit. So that's how I know it's whatchamacallit related. And also I'll get into that later about my back injury and how they gave me truth serum during my last pain shot in my back. So which it fits the puzzle now. It's taking me a while, 5 years, but when you're depressed and can't think, yeah. But now things are making sense. It ain't no mind control, it ain't no UFOs, or there's common sense reasons, guys. Common sense reasons. So, let me look at my notes. Oh, yeah, this will be the next video. I'm gonna make this 3 parts, I think. Oh, Cars Recon. One of the guys there who shouldn't have known me, and I don't think I knew him either. Hunter Williams, which is connected to the Springers. The Springers are related to these guys. And Hunter Williams are related to the Springers, I believe. Oh, on the Vulcan of them, before I forget. The black guy who has a white girlfriend, Jeremy McIntosh. He was not only at Vulcan when I was there, he was at Cars Recon, guys. I refused to work around him because I didn't know. They said, look, not only were they trying to trick me at when I worked for the ABC Auto Auction. Hold on, I'm gonna make that the next video. Alright, cutting this one off. See you guys soon.